some of the biggest news to drop, fellas, leading up to XFL 2020 was the team identities, the logos, the branding, color schemes. And now that has been released and we've kind of had our banter, our discussions back and forth on that, people have turned their attention to the uniforms, which have not been released yet. They should be in the next month or two. But what's been really cool is on social media, concept jerseys have been popping up all over the place. So we thought we would jump on and kind of show some of the concept jerseys that stood out to us, what we like, what we didn't like. We're not here to bash anybody because we think it's quite frankly awesome that people are taking their time, that they're invested in the league. So hey, Pastel, I mean, what do you think of these jerseys that we saw?
Well, I'll tell you something first. The thing I preach, and when I played sports growing up, is you look good, you feel good, you play good. And it all matters on what. If you're wearing something nice and you feel fresh, man, you go out there and you play to a different level. So as I look at some of these uniforms, I tell you what, I'm a little disappointed in some teams on some of the concept uniforms, and I do understand it's concept. But so the Dallas Renegades, their helmets that some of these guys have posted on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, I love it. Like, so the one we're looking at right now, if they use those helmets, I would love that.
So which one of the three do you like?
So I like the one in the upper right hand corner where it's mostly blue. It's got the Renegade bandit kind of like emblem there on the helmet. It's got the number on the bottom left hand side of the helmet. It's got kind of like those. Can someone else help me out with this? It looks like cloves.
It's like cards. Yeah, that's the coolest part of that helmet.
Cards, yeah, coming up like a stripe up the middle of the helmet. And man, like those are some. And then just that baby blue. When we think baby blue, think about one of the best NFL uniforms that we all love is what?
LA Chargers.
Boom. So like we don't see those that very often, but you put them with the Dallas Renegades, and not only do they kill the helmet, they kill the colors. And so that's something that I personally like was the helmet.
I've said this repeatedly that I think they have the best color scheme in the league. That light blue with the black and the red is the secondary where the eyes are.
Pops.
So awesome. It is so awesome. And these jerseys, I like the jerseys. I love the helmets. I love the helmet on the left with the player, and I love the one that you just described on the right. If either of those were very similar to what actually comes out, I would be so down with that. I think the jersey could use a little more work, a little more imagination to it, but the helmets are on point in my opinion.
Yeah, the helmet on the top right with the cards lining the middle of the helmet, I think is a home run. If they came out with that may be the best helmet in professional football. If you look on the uniforms, I'm just not a big fan of the black with the color scheme that they have to the left. The helmet's okay, but it's a lot of black, like in the pants and on the shoulder of the jersey. And then the two-tone helmet reminds me of Jacksonville Jaguars, Kenny. You know, when they did the black and gold a little bit, but I wouldn't be disappointed by any of the helmet choices, but I definitely like the top right one was the best.
Hey, Riley, go ahead and roll them, man. Let's see. Let's have some commentary.
Right, cool. Let's roll through. Let's go through LA because people have been giving them a lot of flack on social media about their logo.
Not bad.
But I have said that this color scheme, it's unique, and if they do it right in uniforms, it could look badass. And I think the black uniforms are definitely the route that they need to go to play off the orange and the more maroon.
Well, and if you look at the Tennessee Vols in college football, who kind of have the similar orange, when they wear those blackout or those gray out unis that they have, they look so awesome with that orange.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a big fan of the logo when they came out, but on a black helmet here, I think it looks awesome. I think it was really good. So I hope they roll something out like this. That looks sweet.
I'll be the first one to admit that I thought it was like a middle school logo and mascot. But when you throw out these type of uniforms with the all black mixed in with like the red visor, these uniforms look cool. I like these concept uniforms.
Yeah, and these colors kind of remind me of the San Antonio Commanders from the AAF, kind of the two-tone, like similar colors. The Commanders had like a darker red and a lighter red. Some people didn't like them. I thought they were really cool. So this is kind of the same way with the orange and the maroon. But when it's on black like that, man, it just pops. They have like the claw marks on the sleeves and the pants. I think this is badass. Here's another helmet concept that came up. Oh, and the uniform. What do you think of this one? It's a white concept, white uniform.
Boo.
See, I love that. When I first saw this one, I guess it came out like a month ago on Instagram. I was like, man, if they rolled out those helmets, it's a little bit of Michigan. But I guess what I kind of like about it, it looks like the old Tampa Bay Bucks. So it's a little bit of a throwback. Not a big fan of the actual uniforms.
The Tampa Bay Yucks, the Yuccaneers, the gross.
Wait, tell me, you're not a fan of the actual uniform. That's what we're talking about, is the kind of uniform.
Well, I think he means helmet.
No. I'm sorry. I meant jersey. Let me clarify. I don't like the jersey. I love the helmet, though. So I would like this one, but there's no black in it. So it does look a little bit bland that way, but I love the Michigan Wolverine part of it. I think it looks sweet. I like it.
The helmet is, I agree. The jersey I'm not crazy about, especially the numbers, the outlining in orange.
White on white.
Well,
not
you
crazy
can't see
about
it. I mean, on TV, you'd never be able to see the numbers.
The helmet, though, I can work with. I mean, everyone's going to have a home and away jersey, right? So they can't wear black uniforms all the time.
Yes,
just one of them, however they do it, one of them needs to be that black, because that's going to make their logo so much better. The white here is not bad. I'm just not too crazy about the actual jersey itself. Here's a bunch of helmets that came out from at Player True. Let me pull these up. So we have the Vipers, we have the Guardians, the Dragons, and the Defenders. I guess let's start with the Vipers in the top left.
If it's that color scheme, that's okay. I don't think it's bad with that color scheme. I think it's a little. I don't know. It's a little chunky, I guess, or clunky is the word I'm looking for. But I like the color of it.
A little forced, maybe.
It's tough when you have those type of colors. I'll obviously naturally think about Oregon, right? Like the highlighter type of colors. With the Vipers, I mean, it's going to go one way or the other. It's either going to suck or they're going to be so cool.
Yeah. What I do think unique about the Vipers is the front view of it, not the side view. With what it has the look of, obviously, a Viper's mouth opening. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm not wild about the colors, but I think it's a pretty cool concept.
They just need to use the secondary logo. We've talked about this in segments before, but I just don't like the V. The secondary logo where it actually has the snake head, that would be so much better if they used it as their permanent logo.
Agreed.
I think they'll get there. I mean, they're going to get that feedback from the fan base, and I bet they get there. But, hey, how about those Guardians, man? How cool is that helmet? That's a cool helmet, man.
I like those. Those are cool helmet. It's a cool helmet.
It looks really tight.
That reminds me of like Any Given Sunday type of
My
stuff.
only complaint about it is I feel like the gargoyle is facing the wrong way. So it just looks like kind of, I don't know, unbalanced to me.
I don't think so.
Their colors are awesome. With the black and silver, and then just like the Renegades with that red as that secondary color to play off of. So
and
cool.
The teeth too. I love it.
Yeah.
I think the Defender's helmet looks pretty good too. It's not loud, but it doesn't need to be. Like
it's
think the thing about the Defenders is it's a very minimal. They have a very minimal logo. Yeah. It's a very minimal franchise. I think it fits.
They need to keep it simple. Yeah, they can't go overboard with it.
I'm not wild about the black helmet. I think if it was maybe a white or a silver, I think that would really pop. But not wild about the black with their kind of logo.
How about those dragons, huh?
I know. There's a lot of orange in that. I don't know how to feel about it. I think
this one's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's unique.
I don't know, man.
Orange.
We all know my feelings about the name, but I think this helmet, because they make like that orange is like the scales on the back of the dragon, and he's breathing freaking fire, man, into the face mask.
The visor is part of the fire, which is pretty cool.
So I like how it kind of takes up the whole helmet too.
Yeah, it's like, all right. First of all, let's just admit everyone needs to have visors when they play in the XFL because it bleeds into the logo.
A standard rule. Yeah,
it actually should be in your contract. Like if you get fined, you get large fines if you don't.
Nobody can see, but
that's right.
Well, the NFL has a rule where you can't have different colored visors. Correct?
Nope. Yep, correct. I think you can only wear clear or black. That's it.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work in the XFL. If they're going to have rules like that, or if you can actually do something like you see in this Dragons or Vipers one.
Oakley, like multicolor smoke looking
It's that
one.
it's that oil glass. And you know who was one of the first teams to really bring that out was like the Miami teams in the early 2000s, like the Sean Taylors of the world. They used to rock that, and man, it was intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, but I loved it, and I hope the XFL allows that again.
Let's go to the next one, the Houston Roughnecks. What do you guys think of this one?
Let's go.
Glessner's all about it. Okay, go Gless.
I love it. I love the red helmet. That's the big one. I think the all white uniforms with that looks good. The red pants I'm not wild about. Maybe if you had the white pants on the dark top, but I love the helmet concept. This was my favorite helmet concept I saw.
Really?
Yeah, my favorite one. I don't know. I just like it. I think it's different. Just pops for me.
And this is kind of the thing where it goes to back to the Vipers. They need to use their secondary logo. This helmet has their secondary logo, and you dig that, Gless?
I do. I actually love the secondary more than I like the primary.
I think it fits on a helmet much better.
It does.
Yeah. It's one of those uniforms that like you were kind of nervous if it was going to be too much, but this one works in my opinion, and I like it.
The jersey reminds that light blue with the dark blue. It reminds me of how the Titans jerseys are.
That's right. Yep.
Which I don't hate. Not sure, like Gless said, I'm not sure how it works with those red pants. But yeah, I can get behind the helmet. Another thing is this one is much more has much more of a shine to it, where some helmets are going to be much more matted. Like the one NFL helmet that I love that has the matte look is the Vikings. I think their helmet is awesome. So it'll be interesting to see which direction they go with in terms of like the sheen of the helmets, because this one in this concept is clearly like extremely shiny.
Yep.
So speaking of this secondary logo, one thing I want to bring up real quick and get your guys' opinion on is this secondary logo. So I know Glessner's all about it. I think it's pretty cool, but a lot of people have been it's not that the logo itself is bad, that people are complaining that it's like identical to the Patriots concept, how it's shaped. So we have them side by side here. Do you guys care about that at all, or is it just something, it is what it is?
I think it is what it is. I think look, is it similar because there's a face in the color scheme? Yeah, but I mean, it's very clear the Pats guy is wearing like an old time colonial hat, and the other guy's wearing a hard hat. Like, I think any fan with common sense could look at it and go, yeah, really the only similar thing is they have a head, a face.
So I've never judged the face before, but now I'm looking at the Patriots face and I'm like, okay, it's kind of a thin chin, kind of Egyptian looking.
Wow, we're really getting into the specifics here.
And the Roughnecks.
No, it was back in colonial times, man. Nobody ate. People ate once a day.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But this Roughneck, he seems like the real deal. So I'm not going to talk crap about the Roughnecks. Yeah.
He's a real blue-collar guy.
He looks like it.
I like how they shaped his ear as well. Like, they really kind of like, he's got a little sideburn action going on. I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up because people have been giving it crap. Yeah. Let's go to the St. Louis Battlehawks. Pastel, you said in the pre-show, this one was your favorite concept, which really surprised me. So can you give me your take on this?
Yeah, so the more and more I look at this, first of all, some people might disagree with me, and I know Kenny kind of does, but I like the color scheme. I love that, like, that dark blue, but that gray with a silver outline. I think it just pops, right? And so that helmet itself, I think, is just very sharp. It's very so here's kind of how I think about it. There's heaven and there's hell, and this is like the heaven uniforms. The hell uniforms.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, call me crazy, man, but are like the Guardians. You got the black versus the white. But I think these are pristine. They're clean. They're nice. I'm not a big fan of the actual jersey with like that. It looks like the sword's coming down the middle of from their neck down to their sternum.
Tattoo on his stomach.
But as far as the color scheme and as far as the helmets, I'm a big fan. I think there's a lot of potential when it comes to the St. Louis Battlehawks. I give this uniform an 8 out of 10. What do you think, Kenny?
I like Player True, and I like what he's done with concepts. I don't like this one. It's too busy. There's too much. It's too busy. There's so much stuff going on. I don't know what to look at, for one. Two, the sword in the front of the face mask and going down the middle of the jersey, I think, looks ridiculous. The number is that a number 8? 88 in the front of the jersey. You can't see and white. And I think anytime you have white, silver, and gray together, they're too close. They don't contrast very well. Just I don't know. I give this like a 2 out of 10.
I like what Player True's done, but I don't like this concept.
I think the helmet has some potential, but the jerseys, to Kenny's point, are just god awful. I mean,
it looks like he's being.
Come on, guys.
It looks like he's been slain. Like there's a sword going through his head into his chest.
That's exactly what it looks like.
It's Excalibur.
Yeah, going into it's like, yeah, it's Excalibur that just killed this man. Yeah, Player True has been like the awesome. One that we've shown most of the time here because they're so good. This one, the one thing that I do like that I really hope that they use in the real helmets is the wing concept on each side. Other than that, I'm not crazy about it. It looks like there's just a lot of stuff being forced in. I love the outside the box thinking of it, but I just don't know if it works. Like you have the wings, then you have the 88, then you have the sword. It's just like too much going on.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'm the only person here that has a true sense of fashion. So,
oh my god,
y'all's opinions don't really matter here.
Honestly, I don't know if he's wrong, which is sad. I don't know what that says about us, but.
By the way, how much free advertising and attention dollars is Player True given because of this? Yeah. Oh my God, he's getting a whole video podcast on this.
Yeah, here's a different one, and this is our last one, and it's a bunch of helmets. So maybe just pick out a couple that stand out to you, ones that you like.
Yeah, I'll pick two. My two favorites. I like the Defenders red with that logo. I think that looks clean. And I really like the LA helmet here. I think the black with that logo, I think it's simple. It fits. It looks good to me.
Go ahead, Pastel. You pick your two.
Hey, Riley, so that helmet with the Guardians, is that kind of what you were looking at more compared to the last one we talked about?
See, now I see why he did it.
Right.
Going the other way. Because it's just the shape of the gargoyle. Yeah.
It needs to be on the other side of the helmet because it's just more space. So, I mean, that's just something to think about as far as when you put these logos on, where's the space on the helmet. But I do agree with Kenny as far as the Defender. I don't think the Defenders need to overthink this. Go with what the emblem is or the logo is, put it on the helmet. I think it's a good-looking helmet.
You know what I would love to see them do? Keep it super simple like how Ohio State does it. Keep the stars. Like Ohio State has the stickers, But I think keep the stars. Get rid of the lightning bolts. You could do like red. You could do silver, white. I mean, I think all those would look good if you just had, because the 3 stars are in the DC flag. So I think if they just kept it super simple with the 3 stars, I think that would look pretty cool as well.
That would be cool.
Hey, Riley, we talked about the Renegades, or not the Renegades. Yeah, the Renegades versus the Patriots.
No, the Roughnecks.
Sorry, the Roughnecks and the Patriots. I mean, let's just talk about the Houston Oilers versus the Houston Roughnecks. I mean, dude, they're copying every logo out there for the NFL. Based on the helmet right there.
Holy smokes!
It's kind of funny, yeah.
But then this is another example of why you see why the other helmet used the secondary logo. I just think it fits the helmet so much better.
It does.
I think you can incorporate this maybe in like the sleeves, like up in the shoulder area maybe. But yeah, on a helmet, so that one and the Guardians one, now that I see it, like the primary logo and the Guardians facing the right direction, they just don't fit as well on the helmet.
Mm-mm. Riley, out of these two, which one do you like? What are your two go-tos out of this one?
The two? So, I like the Defenders. And then, I like the black Wildcats. We've already talked about that. And then I'd probably say the Renegades is 3. I just don't think – I think the Vipers I really think it has potential. I do with the colors. They're out there colors, so it's extremely hard to get it right. And I think if they just went with the secondary logo, it would be so much better than the V.
Yep, I agree.
I think the St. Louis one, they need to go with the wings. I think the logo itself is cool, like the full logo, but on a helmet, I'm not sure.
It's gonna be tough to put on a helmet. It may have to be a sword or something.
This is one of those where you don't keep it basic. Like it's a complex logo, so make a complex helmet, but make it like to where it works. Like the DC logo is so simple, you got to keep things simple. LA, just have that black helmet and you're freaking golden. Like that LA, like people have given that logo crap. That looks good on a black helmet. It really does. I think a lot of these are really good and have potential. And if the XFL went in that direction, I would not be mad at all. So I appreciate all of the concept uniforms and helmets that have come out there. If there's one that you think that's out there that we miss, please share it, comment below, send us a link to it so we can see it. But these are ones that just stood out to us, and we wanted to just kind of share our thoughts because it's exciting. I mean, you got the branding, you got the identities, but now we're going to put it all together in uniforms. And we talked about when we did our episode a month or so ago about the logos. Like there were some where we were like, yeah, we don't know about this logo, we don't know about this colors. We got to see it in a jersey, in a uniform. So once those come out, then we'll make our final judgments. But until then, we're going to go with these concepts, and we're liking what we're seeing. What's up, football fans? This is Riley from XFL Chalk Talk. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all things XFL and interact with us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at XFL Chalk Talk.